Hello and welcome back to our tutorial. Today we are going to learn about axes. After we've learned at the previous video how to scale our chart and getting those charts, I want to try to add the axes for those charts. And of course, D3 thought about the people that released D3 thought about it and they've created a perfect solution for that. And today we're going to learn how to do that and add the axes to our chart. So first things first, we are going to add um, before our loop, we are going to add another variable, and the variable will be y axis. That's the name that, I mean, you can put whatever you would like. Thing is that you need to remember what is the meaning of that. Um, and now we are going to add D3 dot axis, and you'll see that we have four options: top, left, right, and bottom. Okay, so that's the position that we want to add um, our axes. Um, and let's take a look, of course, at the left, and I'll show you the differences in a second. And that's basically it. The only thing that we need is to add the scale to our axes, and the scale will be y that we've defined in here, and also in the previous video you can take a look and see how we've done that. So that's basically what we need. And next thing is we need to represent that in our page. So we need axes for each chart of our charts. If I'll save, sorry, if I'll save that and refresh, I won't see anything in my page. I mean, we have our groups, and that's basically it. So now we need to append each axis to each chart, and we'll do that like that. Um, we are going to add a new in here, a new group for the axis. So let's call that GRP. You know what? Maybe we even don't have to do that like that. We can append to each group that already we've created already, uh, like that. GRP append, and we can append another group which will represent our axis, um, our y-axis, and this group will get attribute um, of class, and the class attribute will get two values, basically two classes. The first one will be axis, and the second one will be y. And why we're doing it like that? Because we're using axis and we are trying to represent the y values. So that's how you define that. It's very simple. And last thing is call. And what we want to call is our y axis that we've defined in here. That's it. Not more than that. Let's save that. Go back, refresh. Voila. Okay. What we are seeing in here. Um, I'll close the DOM for a second. So each, well, not each, but in a second I'll explain why not each, but apparently each chart got an axis running from 0 to 350. Why is that? Well, it shows until 350, but it has a little bit more. So what we're seeing exactly, we're seeing 0 through to 360 because that's our scale that our axis got in here. Okay, and um, and you can see also that we've defined, as you remember, x is left. So the values appears on the left side of our axis. If I'll change that to be uh, right like that and refresh, okay, now we see everything on the right side. But it's not very uh, common to see it like that. I want to move that back to the left side, but I want to show you something. Take a look in here. Suddenly we see the values. So if I'll take a look at our DOM and go to the first group, inside of it, I'll see the axis appears on the left side, but when it was on when the axis was left like that, I didn't saw that. But actually, the y-axis is here, but um, it went out of the borders of this page. So I'll shift that in a second. I just want to show you another option, which is top, like that. Refresh. Okay, you see that the axis went above our page at the top, and bottom will be like that. So you need to play with the axis um, in order it will serve your goal. So let's take it back to be left and deal with the problem that we've got in here. So since it's out of our boundaries, I want to transform and shift all the charts a bit to the right. So if you recall, when we used this function of transform, we've played with the x value and y value. Okay, so our y value is not very, I mean, we can play with that, but because it's all the way to the top, so maybe I can shift that a bit down to be 50 like that, and it will go a bit down, which is nicer. But in here, I want to move it to the right. So I'll get another 50 plus and put those in curly brackets and refresh. Okay, so it is too much. Let's see why. Um, Maybe like that. No, too much. Let's see what we've got in here before. T times 270. Let's do it like that. Plus 50. Okay, that's even better. The problem was that the translate because it takes a string in here, and I didn't use the brackets in the right place. It thought that I'm taking 50 as the first value and then t times 70 as y, and well, never mind. Right now it moved to 50. Let's take a look in here. You see, it moved to 50 and 50. That's the first one, and then each other came along this way. So that's how you play with the axes. Obviously, we played only with the y. We can do the same for x, and that's how you define your axes. Okay, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment us on this video. I'll do the best, my best to answer your questions. And obviously, don't forget to subscribe our channel to get more notifications when new parts of this tutorial are released. Thanks for joining me. I hope that everything was okay and you've understood everything. And see you in the next part. Thank you.